Hello, good morning, good evening. Hope everybody is having a fantastic day despite everything that's happening. The world is literally on fire and I'm super upset about it, as you should be too. Just as a forewarning, I'm kind of sweaty and shiny. We've had quite a week here. The weather's been really kind of sticky and hot, so we have kind of the dehumidifier going on in the background. Hopefully you don't hear that too much. Also have my boyfriend playing games downstairs, so sorry if you hear that too. I just want to give a shout out today. I want to give a shout out to Dip Brow. I've had these eyebrows on since about 3 p.m. I would say today, and it is currently 10:30 exactly, and they have not moved because this is just mwah, chef's kiss. So freaking good. It's Dip Brow. I know I'm basic, but it's fine. Without further ado, let's kind of just get into what today's video is going to be. I had this coupon for Sephora. It was like 15% off. And I had been thinking about this palette for a while actually before I decided to spring for it. And I had the coupon and I was like, you know what, why don't I do it? And this is the Melt Muerte palette, I think is what is this called? Yeah, this is the Melt Muerte palette. And this is kind of like it's kind of a two-parter. This one is a little bit more of like a deeper toned one. It has a lot of blues, deep reds. This one spoke to me more than the other one. As much as I am a completionist and I do want the other one, I'm kind of gonna wait on that one. But anyways, yeah, so this is my first ever Melt palette actually. It's absolutely beautiful. I love the packaging and I think it's very sleek how long it is. I like that. It's got 10 shades in here. I've already swatched it just because I wanted to test out the formula, and I have to say the formula was interesting and I didn't find that it swatched super well on my skin, like on my arm, but maybe it'll look better on my eyes with a good base. Lots of gorgeous colors in here. Has a lot of blues and reds as well as that kind of beautiful shade, like gold shade. Really looking forward to playing with this, and I hope you guys have fun and that you enjoy whatever the heck I'm gonna come up with. So yeah, with that, let's just get started. So I just really quickly went ahead and put on a bit of primer. Even though it's late, I just felt like using a primer because of how hot it is in the house. It might melt as I'm going. It might melt as I'm going, get it? Melt. Hilarious. I'm using the Milk Hydro Grip. This one I find needs a little bit of time to get tacky, so I just put it on before I started doing my eye makeup. I'm kind of confused because I don't know if I want to do a red look or a blue look, blue teal look with this. I feel like these reds and that gold shade would go together really well, but there's like more for me to play with here, so I think I'm gonna do something blue. I'm gonna start with the shade Lagrimas. Sorry if I butcher all these names because I'm part Portuguese, so I kind of know how to say it, but I'm not sure how enunciating words in Spanish works. So I'm gonna kind of try to like Portuguese it up because that's the best that I know. So Lagrimas over here is kind of like a teal, like a matte teal shade. So I think I'm gonna start with that one and I'm gonna get started on getting it into my crease. Okay, so I kind of just started getting it down. I think the pigment is really nice, I'm not gonna lie. The only con to how skinny and like long this palette is that I like to use the mirrors in my palettes to do my makeup, and it's kind of hard to do that with this one. But yeah, that's my only kind of qualm with it so far. So let's just keep going in. I hope everybody had an excellent week. My week was kind of all over the place. Work was super busy, which is good. Like, I'm glad to be busy at work, but it's always bummy when there's like all these urgent requests coming in and feel like I can't do it all sometimes. But I think that's kind of a normal part of working full-time, if you will. And then on top of everything, we had a flood this week, and it was my fault. It really was my fault. Like, I take full responsibility for it, but I have a very lovely boyfriend who does a good job of dealing with my dumbness because I'm quite absent-minded. So basically what happened was I went to go fill up our Brita filter, and the Brita filter doesn't take like long to fill up. It takes like 5 seconds, but I got distracted and I got an email and I saw it pop up, and so I went to go attend to that email, and for 5 minutes I forgot that the Brita filter was running. So the Brita, like the water from the sink was just running and running, and it went all over the counter, of course. And once the counter overflowed, it went onto the floor. You know, that's logically where the water is gonna go. It was like, okay, I filled up the counter, let me go fill up the floor now. And so it went all over everything, but it went underneath the dishwasher because there's like a very small gap about that big between the dishwasher and the ground, and so it went underneath the dishwasher, and there's this kind of 1-inch gap between the dishwasher and the wall, so there's a space like this big, and so all the water just went under all of that and through to the basement. So I kind of caused water damage in my boyfriend's house, and he didn't kick me out, so I guess he's a keeper, right? No, I mean, he was actually really good about it, and I felt so bad, and I know he was mad about it too, but he handled it really well. Still really sad about it, and he's making jokes about it now, which is good. I think it means he's moved on. But I still feel so bad. This is kind of turning into a green look when I wanted it to be more of a blue look. But yeah, kind of continuing with our flood story, I was basically blow drying the ceiling. I felt absolutely ridiculous, but it is what it is. And it actually ended up working pretty well. It worked. And I was able to kind of fix some of like the minor areas that were getting flooded in because it was going through the vents. So to fix that, we kind of just have been blasting the air, and then we got a dehumidifier. But the big problem now like that I feel so bad about, I cannot express how badly I feel about it. Above the laundry room is directly above where the dishwasher is. And basically that area got the biggest hit, and the water just pooled on top of the ceiling. It just pooled right on top of it, and it started forming a bubble, and he was like, oh god, what is happening? There's like a bubble here, and he poked through it and water just started coming out of it. So now there's a big old hole in the laundry room ceiling, and water was just coming and coming out. It eventually stopped. It stopped after maybe 15-20 minutes, so it definitely stopped, which is a good sign. Like, I'm happy it stopped, but I was really stressed out about it, and so was he, understandably, because I basically ruined his house. That's what he kept saying, you ruined my house, and I was like, I know, I'm really sorry. So there's a big hole in the ceiling now, and the water stopped coming out of it, thankfully, but the basement now is feeling really damp. But thankfully we got a dehumidifier, and that thing's just been going off, and it's really powerful. It's able to cover like basically 4,000 square feet of house. Yeah, that's kind of a summary of how my week went. I think that was the peak badness. Before that, I was like just super stressed out and anxious for various reasons. But yeah, it's been quite a week. I've never flooded a house before with my absent-mindedness, and it's definitely something I need to be way more aware of now. I don't know how this turned into a green look again, but whatever. I think I'm gonna try to do like a green, a blue feel. My impression so far just from using La Cremas is the pigment is definitely there. It doesn't have too much fallout. There's a little bit on this eye, but virtually none on this one, which is super fantastic. So that makes me happy because they did not swatch very well on my arm. It didn't feel right. The texture of it felt off, but it's working on my eyes. So maybe I will go get the other one. We'll see how this total look goes. And then if I really end up liking the majority of the shades that I use, probably will spring for the Vida version of it because I'm into the formula. I've heard very mixed reviews about their formula, so I'm honestly pleasantly surprised because I had no expectations going in. So now I'm gonna go in with the shade Duello over here, which is kind of like a deep teal. I'm gonna do that on the outer corner and work it into my crease so that I can make kind of like a blue smoky eye effect. At least that's my goal here. Hopefully it goes well. I had my eye open there for a second. Okay, this is pretty good. I would say it's a little bit powdery. I should also note that I haven't been tapping my brush with this just because I wanted to kind of get as much payout as possible. I don't think I like this shade as much as the other one, as I feel it's kind of muddling up a little bit under my eyes. But let's give it another shot. There's a lot of fallout from this shade, so I kind of feel regrets. I'm just gonna kind of keep packing it in, I think. I hope that I just didn't ruin this. That's my only concern right now. I mean, it's okay if I don't do a super good job because it's literally 10 o'clock, so I should probably take this off not too long after I finish filming, I guess. I'm just gonna use this bigger blush to blend the darker shade and the lighter shade together in my crease. I don't think I need to do eyeliner with this look because it's very like smoky. Sis, that's a lot of fallout. It's like down to here. I'm not into that. Maybe I should probably tap the brush with the I think I'm going to try tapping the brush with the darker shade on the other eye and seeing if that helps a bit with the fallout. And then maybe I'll just pack it a little bit more. Maybe that's what I have to do. Sometimes you need to make makeup work for you, and once it works for you, it's perfect. I have a few eyeshadow palettes like that where it didn't just come upon me and work perfectly. Ooh. Just an absolutely gorgeous color story. Like, I really have to hand it to Mel. This is really beautiful. And as much as I like this one more than the Vida palette is also another good option too. I feel like you have a little bit more variety with the Vida palette because there's a couple of neutral shades in there. So I do think that if you are somebody who likes a little bit more versatility out of their palette, the Vida shadow might be a better option for you. Recently, I have been enjoying a bit of like a deeper color palette. I went a little bit deep in this corner, but I'm hoping that I can just fix it with magic. I'm just gonna take a neutral shade. You can use any palette. I like using the Naked 2 palette just because it's a really fantastic palette that is very versatile, both for doing its own looks with, but also I like the Naked palette for kind of just adjusting and fixing my makeup, like whenever I kind of mess up a little bit. I think the teal kind of disappeared a little bit in this look, and I have major raccoon looking eyes, so I'm gonna quickly fix that. Okay, so I kind of have the match, like my crease, my outer corner done, and so for my eyelids, I'm going to be using the shade Angelito over here. It's a beautiful shimmery teal. It's absolutely gorgeous, and I think it'll look fantastic on the lids. I'm going to try to be as fast about that as possible. I'm going to use my finger, I think, and I'm going to just do this. And I'm going to use setting spray. So I just put a little bit of setting spray on my finger. Ooh. I accidentally got some on my under eye. And I think actually now that I'm looking at it, I need to deepen the outer corner a little bit. So I'm going to backtrack and do that. I think that's kind of pretty. And let's repeat on that side. I feel like this is pretty good. Okay, so now I'm thinking that I want to use this shade Katrina on my lash line. I'm unsure of how this is gonna look, but I have high hopes because enough has gone wrong in my week for me to deserve to just have nice looking makeup. Do you know what I mean? I feel very emo. Let's just go ahead and do the other eye. I feel like the style of these like trying makeup videos is really weird. I'm working on improving it, so let me know what you think. I feel like this is a really cool kind of green blue look, if you will. I'm digging it. I hope you are too. But if you're not, I'm sorry. Okay, still a little bit of fallout on this eye, but whatever. Let's get lashes on. I'm probably gonna do that off camera super quickly because me putting on eyelashes is embarrassing. Okay, sorry if the lighting is weird because my camera battery died. But basically this here is the eye look. I'm feeling it. It's a little bit more dark than I'm used to, but I'm honestly into it. I love that shimmer shade, and I do really like this palette, and I think that I am going to spring for the Vida once. I need to just wait a little bit. I think I'm going to wait maybe a couple more months before I spring for the Vida because I do really enjoy this, and I want to make sure that I give it an appropriate amount of love. So I do like the formula in this palette. You kind of have to get used to it, and it doesn't swatch well, so just kind of be aware of that. While I was waiting for my camera battery just to charge back up, I quickly put on my base and some concealer. Basically, I just used a BB cream and a pretty light coverage concealer, nothing too heavy duty. I'm just going to continue with the rest of my face now. Just some blush, highlighter, the usual, if you will. I'm going to be using a mix of products today. I'm going to be using my Tower 28 cream highlighter, and then I'm going to be using my Juvia's Place Tribe highlighter. This is the volume 3. It's their lightest highlighter that they carry. And then I'm also going to be using a ColourPop Super Shock blush, and this is the shade Holiday. It's kind of like a nice bright pink. I thought it was really cute, and I really do like that Super Shock formula. It's really beautiful. So let's kind of just get started with this, and we'll chat a little bit. I took my dog for a really nice long walk today. We went all along the park that has a really fantastic view of the city. I've been liking the look of blush kind of overdone, like kind of along the nose. as well. I've been thinking that's kind of cute. And I don't know if I pull it off, but I've just kind of been trying it and I just feel cute when I do it, so I keep doing it. Yeah, I think that's kind of like a cute rosy look, if you will. Really love the Super Shock formula. It's so soft and beautiful. I think I'm going to try a few Super Shock shadows in a little while because I'm trying to go on a low buy. It's not really working out well for me, so I'm thinking that officially when July hits, I'll probably do the no buy, especially because I don't have anybody to shop for during that time. I'm not going to highlight super hard. This Juvia's Place highlighter is super pigmented. If you were interested in it, you can definitely like get that strobe effect if you would like it. But I'm kind of just going to try to go, no matter what, it's super bold. But I was trying to do kind of like a lighter highlight with it. I don't know why, but I'm basically trying to do my face super fast. It kind of just looks like I'm warm because my cheeks already have a bit of a redness to it, right? I honestly think with this blush, you don't bronzer, but yeah, with this, what I like about it is that it's very natural and dewy and you don't even need to like buff it out with an actual brush. Like you can just use your fingers, which is kind of what I'm doing. Because I don't like the way heavy bronzer looks on me personally. I know a lot of people can pull off other things that I can't pull off really well, but yeah, I don't like too much bronzer. I just like it to kind of look natural. Now highlighter, blush I can go crazy with and I like it. But yeah, makeup is all preference, guys, right? Forgot to highlight the Cupid's bow, so I'm going to quickly do that. And then I also think that I'm going to do blush on the tip of my nose so that I look, oh my god, I look like Rudolph. Yeah, I would say that looks pretty cute. And for the lip, I think I have to go neutral, to be honest. Let's use the shade Soft Spoken. This is the NYX Liquid Suede. This is probably one of my favorite liquid lip formulas, along with the KVD Beauty ones as well. It just goes on so smooth and it lasts a long time. Doesn't dry out my lips. And while that is kind of drying off, I'm going to take my braids out. I've had these in pretty much all day. As much as I think my braids are cute, I just want to take them out because I want to see if, I don't know, I kind of just want to see my hair all waved out. Okay, sorry, my camera battery died again. It's fine, we're here now. We're all good. But yeah, this is the final look. I think it's really pretty. The lighting is really weird, but I did try to go a little bit heavier with the blush. And try to make it kind of like more pinky. Didn't use too much bronzer or anything. But yeah, I thought it was kind of like a pretty color. I tried to just let the eyes do their thing and pop. But yeah, let me know what you think of this look. And if you've tried this palette and you also love it, let me know. I'm thinking I'm definitely going to be picking up the Vida version of it because I do like the formula and I like the way that the colors blended and kind of perform together. So that's definitely going to be on my radar. Actively, I'm going to remember that I do not need the Vida palette right now though. I do not need the Vida palette. But yeah, with everything happening in the world right now, I encourage everybody to stay educated and informed. I mean, I know that times are really depressing, so be sure to also take care of your mental health during these really trying times. I mean, there's a pandemic going on still too during all of this, so remember to please stay safe, social distance, wear a mask when you're out in public. And my dog is barking. Okay, I'm back from the dog barking. He was literally barking at a fly and then he tried to eat it. In case anybody was curious. We're fine though. Yeah, that's it for me. Please like and subscribe if you've enjoyed this video and leave any feedback that you have for me in the comments. I'll see you in the next one. Sorry once again about this lighting because it's absolutely whack. But yeah, take care. Bye. I did like 8 buys there just to figure out which one I liked.